Dear 10th class students, today I am before you with another important topic in history, that is post-World War India and the world. This lesson is very, very important for you as far as examination point of view concerned. So in this chapter, you have many questions to be asked. The first one will be, what was the effect of the world wars? What was the consequence of Second World War? What is meant by Cold War? Write about UNO. What are the organs of UNO? What are the specialized agencies of UNO? What is meant by Cold War? Why Cold War was developed between two powerful countries of the world? What was non-alignment movement? So this is related to the world. Coming to India, how India maintained relationship with its neighboring countries, mainly China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. As this is a lengthy chapter, I wanted to make it into two parts. Part 1 will be covering the world. Part 2 will be covering India's relationship with the neighboring countries. So as far as first part is concerned, we have a number of 1 mark questions. When the World War came to an end, what was the consequence of Second World War? Then what is meant by Cold War? When UNO was established? Which is headquarters of UNO? How many countries were there during the inception of UNO? Then how many countries are there at present? Where International Court of Justice is located? Then what is meant by veto power? And what is the meaning of Cold War? Expansion, USSR, USA, expand NAM. What is non-alignment movement? When it was signed? In which year the first non-aligned movement was started? All these questions can be asked for 1 mark. And there are certain questions which will be asked for 2 marks. What are the objectives of UNO? What are the organs of UNO? What are the specialized agencies of UNO? Write about Cold War. These questions will be asked for 2 marks. Write about non-alignment. It may be asked for 4 marks or even for 8 marks also. So in this video, first let us discuss about the 1 mark questions. In which year the Second World War came to an end? Second World War came to an end in the year 1945. When UNO is established? UNO is established on 24th October 1945. Where UNO headquarters is situated? UNO headquarters is situated at New York. Expand USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. Expand USA, United States of America. So these are all the important 1 mark questions. How many member countries were there at the inception of UNO? It is 54 given in our textbook, and in other textbooks it is 51. But as far as this question is concerned, if it is asked, you better write 54 only. Why? Because 54 is given in your textbook. Then how many member countries present? Now it is 193 member countries. So which is the main organ of UNO? The main powerful organ of UNO is Security Council. What is veto power? A special power given to the 5 permanent countries of Security Council to pass or to stop any resolution to be passed in the Security Council. If any resolution is to be passed, all the 5 permanent countries must sign on it. Even if one country does not cooperate, then it cannot be passed. So that is called as veto power. Then which are the permanent countries of Security Council? America, Britain, France, Russia and China. These are the permanent countries of Security Council. Then what is Cold War? Cold War is nothing but the tensions that had been developed due to ideological differences between America and Russia are termed as Cold War. I will repeat it. The ideological differences, due to the ideological differences, the tensions have been developed between Russia and America. So this has been termed as Cold War. Then we have non-aligned movement. Who was mainly responsible for the starting of this non-aligned movement? 3 persons were mainly responsible for this. One, the Prime Minister of India, that is Jawaharlal Nehru. The President of Egypt, Abdul Nasser, and the President of Yugoslavia, Marshal Tito. Where this conference has been held? The conference has been held in Indonesia, in a place called as Bandung, in the year 1955. How many countries participated in this conference? 29 countries participated in this conference. What was the membership of NOM during 2012? 120 member countries were there during 2012. In which year the first summit of non-alignment movement was held? In the year 1961. Where it was held? It was held in Belgrade, in Yugoslavia. See, these are all the 1 mark questions that can be asked in part 1 of our revision video. Then coming to the consequences or the effects of world wars. So the major consequence of the Second World War as well as the First World War were, there was heavy loss of life as well as property in the world. Many countries' economy were completely declined or shortened, except the economy of Russia and America. So these were the major consequences. Then one of the main results of Second World War was, just before the end of Second World War, major countries like Britain, France, America, China, and Russia, they wanted to establish a peaceful organization to avoid future wars. So that led to the formation of United Nations Organization to avoid future wars. That is the first result we can say. Then second thing is, after the end of world wars, the world was divided into 2 powerful blocks, which led to Cold War. And the third consequence was decolonization. Decolonization is nothing but a number of colonies got independent. One such colony was India. The colonial masters of India were the Britishers. So like that, number of colonies of Asia, Africa, and Latin America, they got independence. So these you have to remember. One is establishment of UNO. Second one is development of Cold War. And the third one is decolonization, or we will call it as granting of independence to number of colonies. Then UNO has been established. So now, why UNO is established? UNO is established to avoid future wars. Now let us know, the UN Charter has been signed by all these countries so that there will not be any future wars. So for that purpose, UNO is established on 24th October 1945. Its headquarters is at New York. During the inception of UNO, 54 member countries were present. Now, the membership of UNO is 193. So you have to write about UNO. If any question is asked like this, you have to write all these points. One, what is UNO? UNO means United Nations Organizations. It is established on 24th October 1945. In the beginning, there were 54 members. Now it is 193 members. The main aim of this is to avoid future wars. So this is one question. Another question is, what are the objectives of UNO? The main objectives of UNO are, first one is to avoid future wars. Second point, to maintain international peace and security. The third one is to maintain friendly relationship among all the world countries. The fourth one is to promote cooperation and coordination in the fields of social, cultural, economic, financial, trading, technological, and other relations. And then to give respect to the international law, to preserve, promote, and protect the fundamental human rights and dignity of individual. So these are all the main objectives of UNO. Then another question that can be asked in this chapter is, what are the organs of UNO? There are 5 organs. One is General Assembly. Second one, Security Council. Third one, Economic and Social Council. Fourth one, International Court of Justice. And fifth one is Secretariat. General Assembly, it is like World Parliament, where all the member countries will be present. Security Council is a very powerful organization. And in this 5 permanent countries are there. The 5 permanent countries are Britain, France, America, Russia, and China. All these countries are given a special power called as veto power. So veto power is nothing but a special power granted to the 5 permanent countries of Security Council, either to pass a resolution or to stop a resolution to be passed. Even if one member country opposes, then a resolution will not be passed. So Security Council is a powerful organization. Then International Court of Justice. If any problem arises between or among the nations, then it will be looked after by International Court of Justice. And the headquarters of ICJ is at Hague in Netherlands. Then coming to the Secretariat, which is the administrative organ of UNO. So these are the organs of UNO. Whether UNO is successful in its mission or not. So we have to say that UNO is successful in avoiding the Third World War. So that we can say. But so many wars were taken place. Why? Because those wars were supported either by America or by Russia. So we cannot say that 100% it has achieved success. Then, in order to carry the workload of the UNO, certain specialized agencies are also established to work in the work that had been allotted to them. So the first one is UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Its headquarters is at New York. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. Its headquarters is in Paris. FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization. Its headquarters is at Rome. World Health Organization, World Trade Organization, International Labour Organization. The headquarters of all these three is in Geneva in Switzerland. So these are all the specialized agencies of UNO. UNESCO, UNICEF, then FAO, ILO, WTO, WHO. These are all the specialized agencies of UNO. Then another important aspect of this chapter is Cold War. Why the concept Cold War has been developed? After the end of Second World War, almost all the economies of the world countries were completely destroyed or shattered. The economies of only two countries, Russia as well as America. These two countries' economy was in a higher note. Why? Because due to the policies adopted by their rulers. Then, after the end of Second World War, as the economies of all the world countries destroyed, all those small countries have to depend either on Russia or on America. So these two countries became very, very powerful in the world. Then, after the end of Second World War, entire Europe was divided into two, Western Europe and Eastern Europe. Western Europe was supporting America. Eastern Europe was supporting Russia. Western Europe countries, major countries are Britain, France. These are the two important countries. As far as Eastern countries are concerned, East European countries, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Austria, Hungary, all these countries, they supported Russia. Now, between these two countries, Cold War developed. This Cold War was mainly developed due to ideological differences. The ideology of America was capitalism. The ideology of Russia was communism. Some of the countries were against capitalism and some countries were in favor of socialism or communism. So because of this, the world was divided into two powerful blocks. One bloc led by America and the other bloc led by Russia. The bloc led by America was called as capitalistic bloc or Western bloc. The bloc led by Russia was called as Eastern bloc or communist bloc. Capitalistic bloc related to America, communist bloc related to Russia. Western bloc related to America, Eastern bloc related to Russia. So Cold War is nothing but, it is not a direct war either between Russia or America. It is an indirect war. So Cold War is nothing but the tensions that had been developed or created due to ideological differences between Russia and America are termed as Cold War. So this Cold War actually started just after the completion of the Second World War. It continued till 1991. So in the year 1991, disintegration of Russia was started. Russia was disintegrated into number of independent countries. So then the Cold War came to an end. So that is about Cold War. So in this is very, very important part. So in Cold War, you have to write what is the meaning of Cold War. The ideological differences created tensions between the two powerful countries, which are termed as Cold War. Cold War developed between Russia and America. So why Cold War situation has been developed? The Cold War situation has been developed because of the ideological differences. So all these things you are right. So the groups which are supporting, some of the countries fought against each other, but directly these two countries did not participate. Indirectly they supported. So that's why it is called as a Cold War. It is not a direct war. Then coming to another important aspect of this lesson is non-aligned movement. What is the meaning of non-aligned movement? Refusal to join either of the two powerful blocs led by America and Russia and maintaining independent foreign policy is called as non-alignment. I will repeat again. Refusal to join in any one of the two powerful blocs led by America and Russia and maintaining independent foreign policy is called as non-alignment. Non-alignment is nothing but not joining. Where we are not joining, either in the American bloc or in the Russian bloc. So that is called as a non-alignment. For this non-alignment movement, three persons were mainly responsible. One, the Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, the President of Egypt, Abdul Nasser, and the President of Yugoslavia, Marshal Tito. So in the Bandung Conference, which was held in 1955, the first Asia and African countries participated. And this conference was an historic conference. And it was held in 1955 in Bandung. And the first non-aligned summit was held in the year 1961 at Belgrade in Yugoslavia. So the main objective of this non-aligned countries is to promote cooperation and coordination among all the non-aligned countries. That is the first objective. The second objective is to reduce the growing tensions that were created due to the Cold War situation. And the third one is not to allow any other third world countries to join either in the American bloc or in the Russian bloc. So these are the three objectives. The first and foremost thing is to promote friendly relationship and cooperation among all the non-aligned countries. Second thing is to reduce the growth of tensions that had been developed between the two World War countries or superpower countries, Russia and America. And the third one is to stop any other newly independent country from joining into the capitalist bloc or the communist bloc. Now you have to know which are called as third world countries. The newly independent countries of Asia, Africa, Latin America together were called as third world countries. I will repeat. The newly independent countries of Asia, Africa, and Latin America together were called as third world countries. So after the disintegration of Russia, now no Cold War is existing between or among any countries. Now there is no need for these third world countries or non-aligned countries. Now all the world countries, they are maintaining peaceful relationship and till now, after the end of Second World War, all these countries have decided that no further war will take place, which will destroy the economies of world countries. I wish you all the best. Thank you.